Okay, I want to show you guys something really cool that only Baby can do in this game. No other character can do this. And it has to do with this, his A assist. But before I talk about the A assist, I want to talk about the actual move for a second, Baby 5S. So this move is really cool, one of Baby's zoning tools. Normally, if it just hits like a standing opponent, then it's just a normal Ki Blast. But if you get any of these hits to whiff, they will come back from off screen. And the second Ki Blast of this move will always whiff on a crouching opponent. So if the opponent is crouching, you are guaranteed to get a Ki Blast that comes back. So normally, something that a lot of Baby players will do is a string like this, where I go 5M into Ki Blast, or jab jab into Ki Blast. Something like that, where I don't yet use my 2M low. If I do that, then I'm constantly forcing them to block low, because at any point in time, instead of doing these Ki Blasts, I could just do 2M. And if you're stand blocking for there, you're gonna get hit. And what's the benefit to doing this? Well, as you can see there, the Ki Blast took them out of the corner, which means I can cross them up. But not only that, it also means I can threaten things like this, a same side. Normally, if I jump at you, you just have to worry about blocking high. But if you're outside of the corner, if I jump, you don't know if I'm gonna cross you up or if I'm gonna try to do a same side. And Baby doesn't have a fast 2L low, so he can struggle to open people up sometimes, especially when they're just in the corner and committed to like blocking everything. There are other neat tricks you can do to open up a blocking opponent. The fact that he has a tick throw in particular is really good, because this you actually have to guess for. If I just do the auto combo, you're gonna get hit. So you would think you have to jump it, but I could just like continue the block string and hit you with a 2M. But that's a little harder to set up unless you're just on Oki. This you can kind of do whenever and have ways to be plus. Okay, so what does this mean? This is a good tool for giving Baby a left-right. Maybe you see where this is going with the assist. Maybe you've thought about this before, maybe you haven't. Baby's A assist is the only assist in the game that can take your opponent out of the corner on block. That is not a normal thing for an assist to do. That is really not normal. This means you can use it to give your character a left-right against an opponent who is blocking in the corner. And this is so good for characters whose only real tool to open people up is a left-right. Like SSJ Goku. He has like really cool staggers with like Ki Blasts and stuff. And he has ways of making himself plus on block for opponents. But if someone is committed to just blocking everything you throw at them, he can struggle a little bit. His overheads are fast, but they are reactable. But what isn't reactable is a literal 50-50. Maybe you guys don't care about SSJ Goku, so let me put this in front of your face. Vegito gets a 50-50 from this. I'm sure some of you guys are committed to just blocking out Vegito in the corner, but if you do that with Baby Assist, Vegito gets a 50-50 in the corner if he wants to. He doesn't have to take you out of the corner. And do you remember what we talked about with Baby having to cut his string short in order to keep his opponent crouching? While that is cool and very consistent to get an opponent to crouch block your Ki Blast, it is not absolute. If someone read that you were doing the same string over and over, they could potentially stand block this. Obviously, you could just 2M them, like that's a possibility, but they have the potential for this not to work on them. It's a guessing game, is what I'm saying. You could win the guessing game easily, and most of the time you will, but they have counterplay. And if they decide to reflect this, that's just another piece of counterplay, because that also means the Ki Blast isn't gonna come back. I bring this up just to point out that when you're using this as your A assist, that is not the case. Not only can you threaten someone to not stand block by not using your 2M, take a look at this. They were unable to reflect that and they were forced to block that low. For my opponent to beat my assist, they have to be blocking high. And for my opponent to beat my 2M, they have to be blocking low. So if I do them at the exact same time, you can't block both of them. This is the same concept people use in other games to hit people with unblockables. You can't block two ways at once. This has to work on you. As long as you can time it consistently, this will work consistently. And this always can give Vegito his left right. Is that not scary? Like, I would think that's terrifying. Not only that, they also can't reflect this if you're doing your 2M, because you can't reflect while you're crouch blocking. Reflect is back S, so if you're doing down back, you can't activate it. He's set to reflect right here, and yet when I do this, the reflect doesn't come out until after the move. Now, quick bit of counterplay. If you do reflect the last key blast, you're not going to be sucked out of the corner. But I don't have to tell you guys, that is extremely easy to bait. So easy to bait, in fact, that if you just did your normal left-right after, it would still hit them, even if you didn't take them out of the corner. In fact, guessing on reflect can lead you to getting blown the fuck up. Especially if we're talking about Vegito, you're literally gonna die. Like, and I guess we're just talking about Vegito and baby synergy now, because another aspect of this move is that it is tracking. So it always will hit where your opponent is, which means characters like Vegito, who can really struggle at continuing a combo unless they have a tracking assist, can use this to get more damage on their combo. Baby Vegito synergy goes crazy, guys, I'm telling you. But no, this is something you can do with any character. You can always threaten a left-right against anyone as long as your character has a low, which, guess what, is every character in this game. Or you could just use it as an amazing neutral assist that homes in on your opponent. Or you could just use it as a combo assist that hits everywhere on screen. Or you could use it as a multi-hitting combo assist, like Piccolo Orbs or something. Have I opened your guys' mind on baby A assist? Or did you already know everything I talked about in this video? Tell me if you think this is cool, or tell me if you think this is the lamest thing you've ever seen. I think assists with unique mechanics are so beautiful. Things like this, Krillin Rocks, Blue Goku Dive Kick, they're so beautiful because they're unique. So you're gonna be able to do things with those assists that you can't do with any other assist. Okay, well, that's all I wanna talk about. But before I end this video, I just have to say that I lied to you guys. I originally said that this is the only assist in the game that can do this, but that's not true. There's one more. Do you want to guess what it is? I'm sure some of you already knew and were like yelling at me in the comments. I was of course talking about Ginyu B assist. This assist can also take the opponent out of the corner sometimes. It depends on what member of the Ginyu Force you have called. The only ones that can do this are Birder, as you just saw there, and the backwards purple comet can also take the opponent out of the corner. So he has 2 assists that can take the opponent out of the corner. So technically, he can do the same thing, and with Birder in particular, he can do the same thing without having to do the whole 2M thing, because you can't reflect Birder on block. But obviously, most of the time you're not going to have these assists, you're going to have another assist. If you just happen to play Ginyu B, you can use this to get cross-ups in the corner. But who am I kidding? If you play Ginyu B, you probably already knew that and do that. But for everyone else, yes, Ginyu can also get this. Okay, the video's over, bye, shut the fuck up.